Once again, verse 40, 1 Corinthians 15 and 40. Also bodies of Shemayim, earthly bodies, also bodies of heaven and earthly bodies, but the esteem or the glory of Shemayim is truly one, and the esteem or the glory of the earthly is another. See that? One esteem, one glory of the sun, another esteem of the moon. That means the services are different. Another esteem of the stars, for stars differ from the stars in its glory. So they have their different bodies. So we have earth, mid-heaven, which is the stars, and we have the heaven of heavens, which where the Father reigned, and there are different bodies, different textures of bodies.
And also the glory meaning the in terms of
abilities.
Value. Like or the value or quality of.
Gotcha.
Like the sun has obviously a greater value or quality of light
than the moon. Right.
And different stars shine. Some shine brighter than others.
Right.
So the glory is talking about whatever quality, the value of whatever quality is given to different things in different measure.
Gotcha.
So the measure of the quality of an earthly body, it has its glory.
Right.
But the measure of a heavenly body has its glory. They're not the same.
Right. I want to show you that it does exist, and we're dealing with it. So you don't have to go to the world to get this information, because this is information that we yearn is real, because a lot of teachers in Hebrew don't deal with it.
Right.
And so because they don't deal with it, we're hungry, and when we run up on
to know the mysteries.
Right, and we run up on the crackpots, we give them an ear, or we buy them books. Don't buy them books.
You don't have to. It's all in.
It's already in here. Look at 42. So also
most of them get it out of here.
Right.
And run with it.
And run with it. So also is the resurrection of the dead. See that? Remember who is the resurrection and the life? You read in John. Who's the resurrection and the life? Yahushua is. All right? So the body of the resurrection, it is sown in corruption. It goes into the earth like a seed, right? It is risen in corruption. So you go into the earth, you die. That body dies corrupt. It ain't good for nothing. That's why it's called dead. But when you resurrect, it resurrects to a new body. Remember we was reading and Matthew 17, and they was on the mountain, and how did Yahushua look? He shined, didn't he? How did Yahushua look in Revelation, the first chapter? He shined like the sun with his new body. See that? Incorruptible, live forever, it will never die. 43. It is sown in disrespect, is raised in esteemed. It is sown in weakness, is raised in power. When you get old, you get weak, don't you? You get to your strongest from what? 18 to 28? When you start reaching 35 and 40, you started slowing down. You know, you got a running back, or you got a LeBron James can't do what he did when he first came into the league, can he? He's slowing down now. You got to take games off because that body dying. See how that works? It is sown in weakness. Sown means to plant. You go into the grave just like a seed. When you die and your body goes into the cemetery, it goes where? In the earth. Planted. It's sown in weakness. And when you resurrect how? In power. Your host will raise you when? On the last day at the last trumpet. Y'all getting this? 44. It is sown a natural body, right? But how was it raised? A spiritual body. See, we're going to get our spiritual body after we die. See, everybody wanted to be spiritual, And everybody wants to be deep, but don't nobody wants to die. Everybody wants to be part of this astral projecting traveling community. There are people who practice leaving their bodies, sorcery, but they don't want to do it Yah's way. This is Yah's way. They want to do it their way. They want to go in and out. How many of y'all seen the movie Jumpers?
I've seen it.
That's what that's about. Jumping. And the Kingsman. A lot of them crazy movies out there.
Nightcrawler from X-Men.
Yeah, Nightcrawler. That blue thing, yeah, be jumping. So it says in 44, it's sown a natural body, is raised a spiritual body. There's a natural body and there is a spiritual body. So when you hear this stuff out in the world, hey, the Bible told me this. And so it's been written, the first man, Adam, became a living being, the last man, life-giving spirit. The first Adam became a living being, right? That's from earth. Y'all made him from the dirt of the ground and blew the breath of life in him. Where did Yehoshua come from? Did Yehoshua come the same way Adam came? No, Yehoshua came from the spirit to Miriam. See how that works? Yehoshua came from heaven. Adam came from the earth. And it's going to say that. The spiritual, however, was not first, but the natural, and afterwards the spiritual. So the spiritual didn't come first for us. It came first for Yehoshua. But for us, what came first? The natural. Because we were born naturally through our fathers and our mothers. Then we die, go into earth, resurrect. Then we become spiritual. See how that works? So it's a process to this that we have to learn. You have to take your time and learn the process and stay the course and don't go ahead of the Most High. That's the difference between Israel and all these other nations. They don't know the protocol of Yah. So they into everything because they're having dreams and visions and don't understand them. And so they're seeking in all the wrong places. But this is telling us, this is giving us. The first man was of the earth, earthly. The second man, the Adon, from where? Where the second man from? Shemayim, where's that at? Heaven. Who was the first man? Who was the second man? Yehoshua. So Yehoshua is from heaven. Adam is from earth. We the sons of Adam, but we're going to become the sons of Yehoshua in the kingdom. We got Adam's body now. Adam's body get conquered by death. In the kingdom, we're going to get Yehoshua's body, which we're going to beat death. This is a fight against death. That's the goal, is to beat death. All right? As is earthy, so also are those who are earthy. And as is Shemayim, so also are those who are of the heavens. So on the Shabbat, we are of the heavens. From Sunday to Friday, that's earthly. We deal with the earth. It's okay to deal with your carnal situations. It's okay to deal with your life situations, your job, your business. It's okay. Y'all ain't mad at you. Your mind is in your books, is in your job. That's fine. But the Shabbat, no, you got to put them books down. You got to put that worldly music down. All that worldly carnal, you got to put it down. You got to be of the spirit. Spiritual things. See how this works? 49. And as we have borne the likeness of the earth, right? We shall also bear the likeness of what? The heavens. That was the transfiguration that Yehoshua showed John and Peter and Yaakov on the mountain. He showed them that this is what you are going to expect in the future. All right? And this I say, brothers, that flesh and blood is not able to inherit the kingdom of Elohim. Neither does corruption inherit it. Because flesh and blood is earthly. Where is the life of your body at? That's a question. That's a scientific question. That's a biblical question. Where's the life of your body? Where your life is stored in your body? It's in your blood. Remember that. So where's your life stored at? In your blood. That's on the earth. Ain't gonna be no blood in heaven. Ain't gonna be no blood in heaven in the body. Blood is an earthly thing. That's an earthly program. It's going to be upgraded. So Shaul was given this mystery where he said that flesh and blood is unable to inherit the kingdom of Elohim. Neither does corruption. Because there's corruption in blood and in the body. Does the body die? Yes or no? Does the body get old? Does it get gray? Does it get weak? That's what a blood body does. That is not going into heaven. You ain't taking this body in heaven. Stop being afraid of death. He say, see, I speak a secret to you. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. When?
At the last trumpet.
At the last trumpet. Then we read in Revelation, we heard a trump.
Not the first one, huh?
So when the last trumpet comes, what happens? Yehoshua shows up. When Yehoshua shows up, what day is that? Say it again. It's the Shabbat. And what did John call it? He called it Yah's Day, didn't he? Mm-hmm. Yah's Day, Shabbat is all the same. 7 trumpet, it's all the same. And the dead shall be risen how? How shall the dead be risen? No, keep reading in 52. How shall the dead be risen? Incorruptible. Got your new body, right?
You have to read along, y'all. Come on, read along.
And we shall be what? Changed. What happened on the mountain? He changed them. Transfiguration. Yehoshua changed. Thank you. Metamorphosis, right? The caterpillar turns into a what? Butterfly. It's sown into the earth a seed. It grows up a plant, a tree, right? Change. We got to be changed. For this corruptible has put on incorruption, right? And this mortal put on what?
Immortality.
Immortality. What does immortality mean? Live forever. Are you immoral today? No.
Immortal.
Immortal. Not immoral. You're not immortal today. You are mortal. You want to put on immortality. That means you want to live forever. It says, when this corruptible has put on incorruption, and the mortal has put on immortality, then shall come to be the word that has been written. Death is what? Swallowed up in overcoming. See? That's the goal. You gotta beat the death. How do you beat the death? By not what? You start with an S. Sinning. This is how you beat death. O death, where's your sting? O grave, where's your overcoming? And the sting of death is what?
Sin.
Sin. The power of sin is what? Why? Torah gave it life. When did Torah give sin life? When Yah said, the day you eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, the day you die. Yah spoke it. And that's what gave life to it. But thanks to Yahweh, who gives us the overcoming through Yehoshua, who is what? HaMashiach. Therefore, my brothers, beloved brothers, be steadfast, immovable, always excelling in the work of Adam, knowing that your labor is not in vain. You got to know that your coming to Shabbat class